For more than 50 years, it has been customary for major presidential candidates to make appearances on 60 Minutes in October. This tradition began in 1968 with Richard Nixon and Hubert Humphrey. This year, both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump accepted invitations to participate. However, just last week, Trump announced that he would not be appearing. The Trump campaign had initially scheduled an interview for last Thursday at Mar-a-Lago, his residence in Florida. They even proposed meeting with the former president in Butler, Pennsylvania, the site of a recent assassination attempt against him. 60 Minutes agreed to this arrangement. On September 9th, Trump's communications director, Stephen Chung, announced plans to coordinate with their advance team regarding logistics. However, a week prior to the scheduled interview, Trump opted out, offering various reasons through his campaign. Initially, they expressed concerns about 60 Minutes conducting fact-checking during the interview. Chung posted on X, formerly Twitter, stating, "There were preliminary discussions, but nothing was ever finalized. They insisted on live fact-checking, which is unprecedented." In reality, 60 Minutes fact-checks every story it airs. Later, Trump demanded an apology for his previous 2020 interview, claiming that correspondent Leslie Stahl had inaccurately suggested that Hunter Biden's controversial laptop was linked to Russia, something she never claimed. At a press conference in Milwaukee on Tuesday night, Trump stated, "Where's my apology? They should apologize. They were wrong about everything. So I've asked them for an apology." Trump has suggested that Harris avoids interviews because she lacks the capability to handle them, and he has also declined to participate in a second debate with her. This leaves the upcoming Monday night election special as possibly the last chance for a national audience to hear from both candidates on key issues like the economy, immigration, reproductive rights, and international conflicts. Both campaigns were aware that the special would go on even if one candidate chose not to participate. After her 60 Minutes interview, Harris addressed the situation, stating, "If he's not willing to provide your viewers with a thoughtful, meaningful discussion and a Q&A session, then just watch his rallies. You'll hear speeches focused on himself and his personal grievances." Kamala Harris has been in the presidential race for just over 2.5 months, and the post-convention honeymoon period has come to an end. With only 29 days left until the election, Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are facing ongoing attacks from Trump, making the race highly competitive. Last week, while on the campaign trail, Harris discussed various critical issues including the economy, immigration, Ukraine, and China. The conversation began with the escalating conflict in the Middle East, a year after the Hamas attack on Israel. Harris acknowledged the tragic events of October 7th, when 1,200 people were killed and 250 hostages were taken, including Americans. She emphasized that while she believes Israel has the right to defend itself, the manner of that defense is vital, noting that many innocent Palestinians have also lost their lives. She insisted that this war must come to an end. Although the conflict in the Middle East is a major focus, the economy remains the primary concern for American voters this election cycle. Harris pointed out that while the economy is performing better than many other countries, Americans still feel the pinch of rising grocery prices, which have increased by 25%. Acknowledging this, she stated that her plan includes measures to lower grocery costs. Harris aims to push Congress to enact a federal ban on price gouging for food and groceries. She also supports expanding the child tax credit, offering tax breaks for first-time homebuyers, and providing incentives for those starting small businesses. However, the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget estimates that her economic plan could add $3 trillion to the federal deficit over the next decade. Harris responded by highlighting that economists have concluded her plan would strengthen the economy, whereas Trump's plan would weaken it. Kamala Harris has a long history in public service, having been elected as San Francisco's district attorney in 2003, then serving as California's attorney general, moving on to the U.S. Senate, and now serving as vice president. Despite this experience, a quarter of registered voters still say they don't know her or what drives her. Harris acknowledged this disconnect and emphasized the importance of earning every vote in a presidential campaign. critics have pointed out that many voters feel uncertain about her positions, citing her shifts on various issues. For instance, she was once against fracking, but now supports it, and her views on immigration and healthcare have also evolved. Harris countered this by stating that her approach focuses on building consensus and recognizing the diverse backgrounds of Americans. She believes that leaders must foster compromise to achieve common sense solutions, reflecting her commitment to serving the American people. Despite her efforts, the issue of immigration remains a contentious topic, with the Biden-Harris strategy facing scrutiny and criticism from Republicans, who view it as a significant vulnerability in the campaign.